twitch.tv/Dota2 Canada Cup High Ground TV, bringing the action. I am What Is Hip. With me tonight, Coddle Guy, all the way from California, and we're joined tonight by Mott Pax, not Mott, Mott Pax on stats. It's tricky, but not today versus Navi US. Must win to move forward here. And well, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Greg, am I coming in loud and clear? I want to get that out of the way.
Fantastic.
Go ahead. Yep, still repping, I guess, the California life, but excited to still be casting some Dota. It's going to be a bit of a Navi US doubleheader for me. They ran into a bit of a hard time last game. They made the debut of the 6.82 patch. So just reminding everyone, this is a whole new ball game right now. And it's going to be really interesting to see what teams are going to be testing out some of these new picks and what teams are just going to stick with the old tried and true.
Reserve time.
Yeah, well, nothing too different thus far with the Lycan ban here. We've had some very conflicting opinions. I've read a lot of opinions. I've talked to a lot of people about Lycan, and it seems to be very split still. I mean, he's still a pretty powerful split pusher, but with that ultimate change, obviously, he is much slower now to start his escape. Once he's going, he's booking it, that's for sure.
Of course. Also worthy to note that on paper, as far as the odds go for the Dota2Lounge.com, it is 80% in favor for Navi US, 20% for Not Today. So some people feeling like they want to be able to come back real strong after their last performance. And this time maybe they're not going to look to stretch out and try some new things. It was Korok who picked up the Legion Commander last game, but unfortunately ended up, like 0-9 at the end?
Yeah.
Ugh, it was soul-crushing to watch.
Yeah, it wasn't great. But, I mean, you would not know this was a different patch thus far, but I suspect we'll get some different first picks here. From my initial, just watching that first game, Eventual Spirit seems incredibly good. Invoker also seems incredibly good. The change on Urn seems kind of ridiculous, and I'll be interested to see if that does come into play. Skywrath Mage still first pick up here by Navi US.
Yeah, I mean, he was nerfed a touch. I could try to bring up the notes here momentarily, but essentially his tools are all the same. He's still got his excellent silence. He's still got the heavy burst to work with. So even if Not Today are tempted to pick up the available Death Prophet, she can be, Skywrath can prove to be a good counter towards that with that heavy burst. So, and we already saw Fogged play this hero in the previous series, though they didn't win. He did a great job roaming around, adding a lot of pressure towards the mid lane and just constantly keeping them guessing as where he's going to be coming from. So just still kind of keeping it with like that whole 6.81 feel for now, because as I was mentioning with Andrew, it's some of these teams, I know most people haven't really been working with the test client. They're not used to using these new type of heroes. Maybe it's better to play a hero that might not be better on paper now, but that you're much more comfortable with playing. So you might not see some of these teams really begin to spread their 6.82 wings just yet, because these are all still very important games. Navi were just knocked out of Star Ladder because of that Legion Commander gamble. This go around, we're in still the last quarterfinal matchup of the Dota 2 Canada Cup, but if either of these teams loses, they're knocked out as well. So it might not be worth the gamble.
Yeah, I have to say, Invoker picked up here for Not Today. Don't think you can call that a surprise. Smash likes playing this hero even before the new patch buffing him a little bit with a little bit better Tornado, and I think the Urn change benefits Invoker quite a bit as well. So seeing the Invoker picked up here does not surprise me. And the last time I think we saw Smash on Invoker, it was a fireworks show. It was pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, and he's still got all the tools you can need out of an Invoker. He offers great pushing aggression with the Fort Spirits. If this is going to be a Quas Exort, it's only been like maybe one time in the past month, 2 months that we've even seen a Quas Wex utilized. It's still something I favor a lot, but most of these teams still favor that heavy pushing. They still favor the heavy global presence with that Sunstrike. And, well, now we're going to have a Marana, who, I love so much. And we're probably going to suspect to see more of that roaming support, that early aggression, adding pressure on that mid lane. And look at this. Sand King picked up. This Are we going to see a Mantis King return here? I know Fogged played Skywrath Mage recently, but this guy can play a seriously good Sand King.
Yeah, he has been playing, well, not recently, but had been playing a ton of Sand King. And, well, we'll see if he reprises up his role here. But Terrorblade banned out here in this second round, and Elder Titan as well. Those are some of the heroes that I have been expecting, that I am expecting to see coming along here in 6.82. They seem incredibly good in the new patch, but I think Sand King still has all of his great tools. Like you mentioned, Skywrath Mage, just a little bit nerfed, but still concussive shot is quite good. The value point is not as good. Value point across the map has gotten a pretty big nerf in this patch in general. So interesting way that, we're sort of moving forward here with Dota, but I'm interested to see what happens. And, well, Navi US, I do remember watching the Starlighter game. They had some serious issues converting on Roshan. So I'm interested to see how that turns out in this upcoming game as well.
I mean, I don't know if you've gotten to really look at it, but especially seeing it firsthand, that pit is tiny. I don't know what it is. Maybe like just because of the angle it's at, it looks tiny as hell. Like, I don't even know how you can cram 5 heroes into that thing. So, that's something questionable. It was very uneasy for Navi US, even at the start. You got to remember, they need to, hopefully some of them have practiced the new ward spots that would ideally give you the best vision possible. There's a much easier way to jump into the pit from just the high ground right behind Roshan. It's really interesting to see. Plus, they have all these new paths, these new nook and crannies to take advantage of, new ganking potentials that could be coming off in the off lanes. So definitely something to look out for. And yeah, Sand King is one of those heroes, one of the few that was actually untouched in this past. I know Sand King, Wisp, and Tiny were 3 off the top of my mind that were not touched whatsoever. If people wanted the exact raw numbers as far as like Skywrath Mage, his concussive shot movement slow was rebalanced from just a straight stagnant 40% to 30, 35, 40, and then 45 at the end. Concussive shot is now going to be disjointable, which Mirana is going to be thankful for with that leap. And, of course, the Mystic Flare damage is now dealt over 2.2 seconds instead of your initial 2. So the burst isn't quite as impressive as it used to be, but still, it can get the job done.
Yeah, it's still very, very good. And I think we're still going to be seeing Skywrath Mage picked occasionally, maybe not crazy first ban that he has been over the last couple of months. But Gyrocopter also banned out from NoT today. Did get that homing missile buff. I mean, I'm not sure how good that is. It still seems pretty good, but...
Well, earlier today in the Team Secret Cloud9 matchup, before 6.82, Kuroki played Gyrocopter, maxed homing missile early, and it was like one of the reasons they won the game. He just completely shut out a Weaver in the opposing lane, and he just couldn't find the CS. It was just constant harassment. He had to buckle back, and he had to make the gamble as opposed to find yourself the farm or try to attack the missile and not take so much damage, and he couldn't handle it. And now, with the even extra damage, I believe now max it's 500 damage.
It's a lot.
It's ridiculous. It's like bigger than the finger of death missile. It's ridiculous. So, I can understand why it might be something to be worried about, but look at this guy, Sven.
Here we go.
This is one of the heroes that everyone's
Here we go.
Are we going to see an Agnum Sven in our hands, folks? Remember, with Agnum, Sven will give his ultimate to all local allies. That is a lot of damage, especially for teams who love to roll with multiple cores. So we'll see if this could be a support Sven or just your standard carry Sven. Interesting to note. For Navi US, they grabbed their Earthshaker. So you got the Earthshaker, Sand King kind of a combo here. This could be Korok. Korok loves this hero, but also it was Way2 who had played it in their previous games.
Yeah, and I have to say, Navi US, I think they've gotten all their trademark heroes. When I think of Navi US, I think of Earthshaker, I think of Sand King, and I definitely think of Skywrath Mage as well. So they've gotten some of their prime heroes here with their 3-man squad at this point. Not sure if that's quite official yet, but at this point they've been playing without both Brax and Theban for quite a while. So for tonight, it's going to be Pink Panda, a.k.a. Way2, and MJW, or Bananas in Your Face, standing in for Navi US. And Bounty Hunter for NoT today. Bounty Hunter got a big buff. Shuriken Toss now gets tossed all over the place, and I hope we see some hijinks with that new Shuriken Toss.
I mean, it's fun.
It's a pretty big buff, I think.
I mean, if you have a nice big fight happening, you can get the multiple tracks off. I mean, that's kind of cool. You throw it out. I would imagine if you, okay, let's say you get 2 tracks off, but you're not quite in range to get a shuriken on one of them. If you throw the shuriken at a creep, does it bounce to a track hero?
It bounces.
So that's fun. I mean, that adds a little bit extra flavor. But that's
you can also throw it to a hero. Well, okay, that's not the only buff, because the other thing now is that melee heroes do 50% more damage to the courier. Bounty Hunter's pretty good at killing couriers.
It's true. It's true. And, you know, Bounty Hunter is one of those heroes we saw so much play back in TI3 days. Fantastic offlaner. But as time went on, more teams were just kind of, you know, getting used to where Bounty Hunters liked, how they like to play. You just get a simple dust, simple sentry out, and he can't really find the easy XP for himself. You know, we'll see if Not Today have some sort of back pocket strat they're planning to pull out here with this Bounty Hunter, or just maybe trying to really utilize that fancy new Shuriken toss. So we'll see if that's the case. Navi US, they grab the Nature's Prophet now on their side. The rest of their team doesn't really add a whole lot as far as pushing, so this could be someone who's really looking to maybe make something happen in one of his own side lanes. You know, a hero that can really add a lot globally, can be a part of some early ganking, which I would imagine maybe someone like Sand King's going to look to roam around a lot. So, you know, something to look out for. There's a fair amount of synergy working here on Navi US. A lot of disable, your Sprouts, your Fissures, your Burrow Strikes. Skywrath has a great silence to work with, so good lockdown and good disables working for them. And Slark, going to be the last pick here for Not Today.
Yeah, and Slark is kind of an interesting hero in this patch. LC does deal with him fairly well, but he is still not picked. And with Navi US's experience with him in the last game, not sure that's going to happen. But Puck is banned out here, as well as the Razor. Razor, I think, still very powerful in this patch. And checking out the Puck as well. The new Ags upgrade is quite good on Puck. So, especially because when you look at Not Today's team, there are a couple. I mean, Sven is a very good BKB carrier. So,
if people are curious what that Agnum's upgrade was for Puck, it pretty much means that once you break the coil, you get stunned for a nice girthy period of time. But the thing is Puck, the reality is he's going to get an Agnum Scepter. He's got other crucial items he likes to get. He likes to get his Blink Dagger. And then making them break the bond is a whole nother story. So we're not going to see it, they'll play this time. The last pick, it's not going to be a Korok or Shaker. It's a Korok Timbersaw, another hero that this guy loves to man up with.
Yeah, and, well, Agnum's upgrade now for Timbersaw does give him 2 chakrams.
Do you think it's realistic that Timbersaw would pick up an
I don't know.
Scepter?
I mean, it gives him HP.
They stack as far as damage.
It seems pretty good.
It adds a lot of substance to him. He gets good resources out of it. He gets more mana. He gets more, you know, everything you might want out of a Bloodstone in some ways. But now you get the benefit of double chakram. I mean, that can get pretty sexy real quick. I hope we get to see it.
Yeah.
You know, fortunately for... Oh, they switched it back and forth. It's going to be Korok or Shaker. Hey, I like that as well. I mean, this is a hero he praises and he just loves to death. So I'm expecting big things out of that one. And I mean, we'll have to see what they decide to do with it. And I was told before their last game that MJW, who played support last time, he is a huge Timbersaw player. So this does technically make a lot more sense.
Yeah, and well, the other thing I am interested to see here is I did see some reports earlier today that the Shuriken Toss was broken on Bounty Hunter. So hopefully it works now. If not, they're going to have a fairly useless hero on their hands, and I do not know what we're going to do. But some introductions here. Navi US just had a pretty rough game against Sna, so they're going to be looking for a go up against Not Today. Wow, I can't. Speaking is just really hard. And, well, Mihawk's just wandering in here, but it's going to be fogged on the Skywrath Mage. Korok is going to be on the Earth Shaker, and wow, there are heroes just running around the jungle here. Paying attention to that. Pink Panda are way too sexy. He's going to be on the Sand King. And Korok eating a stun here, level 1. Arrow is eaten by way too sexy. And is there going to be anything else here moving along from this? There's the Fisher. They stack their stuns a little bit here. In comes the long-range concussive shot. Masuku, he is going to have to run on out of here. He's about to get punched down. He does go down. Way too sexy. Gets one. Mihawk going to try to clean up. Way too. Oh, body block, but nope. He gets him down anyway. There's the Fisher. He's going to fall. 2 for 1 in favor of Navi US. What a massive fight. What is going on right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Canada Cup Season 3 playoff quarterfinal action here. Not Today versus Navi US. Man, just like that, 3 deaths on the floor. I guess the good luck have funs are not going to be popping out in this one. And as we saw at the beginning with the dialogue, Navi US, they're out for blood right now. They're still very bitter about being knocked out of Star Ladder. They want to be able to come back real strong here against NoT Today. And NoT Today has been notoriously known for getting aggressive real early. So, wow, already they're trading blows back and forth. I'm real excited. And look at this. Snake King is going to be playing Furion in the mid lane. This is fun stuff already.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, Snake King going to be on the Nature's Prophet, and MJW on that Timbersaw, finishing out our Navi US introductions here. But uh-oh, bottom lane, Snake King stuck again. There's a Fisher to turn it back around though. They want to bring down Misco, and oh, he's 3 HP.
Oh
Run!
God!
No, I'm not sure he's gonna be able to make it out. No, he's stuck. Korok brings him down.
Don't take that magnitude with me.
Worthy to note that this is Korok's first kill over 2 games, so happy to pick that one up for himself. They really need that bit of a boost to be able to get back into this one, but man, it's going to be hard to keep our eyes off this bottom lane. I'm going to attempt to try to roll through introductions here for NoT Today on your Dire side, doing heavy action early. We got Misco playing your Sven. I can't even finish the introductions. God damn it, his Timbersaw falls in the top lane, getting taken down from the Slark. So nice pick off there in the one-on-one matchup in that off lane. Masoku's playing that Mirana. Just behind, we got Mihawk running towards the mid lane on that Bounty Hunter. He's got a fancy little
I like that
Clint
cap.
Eastwood hat. Yeah, it's like Clint Eastwood style Bounty Hunter. I like it. Smash, the S-God himself. Arteezy Slayer. No, he's not the Arteezy Slayer. No, whatever. Invoker in the mid lane, and finally getting that kill just before it is Ewo playing your Slark in the top lane.
Yeah, and moving forward in bottom lane, again, action continues. Misco eating some damage here. Another stun comes through. There's the arrow on Korok. He throws out the hammer, and that stops Pink Panda. And just blood in the bottom lane. Down goes Way2.
This is over 2 kills a minute happening right now. 7 kills on the board already at just about the 2-minute mark. Pretty much the majority of them happen here in this bottom lane. It's just a very unorthodox laning setup. I was expecting the Bounty Hunter to be more of a solo offlaner, but they've gone full aggressive with it. And look at this. He's not even going to allow the easy crit pull as he just denies that and takes it right back. So cheeky little plays already coming out from NoT Today.
Yeah, and continuing forward here, I'm interested to see, the Bounty Hunter is definitely one of those heroes that's going to benefit from having that Bounty Rune. If he is going to be roaming around like this, gets a bottle, can easily fill that up. He's looking for the courier right now, but unfortunately is not going to get that one.
They're trading blows here in the top lane. Ewo does leap in on Timbersaw, gets a few strikes in, but Timbersaw, of course, with that reactive arbor, able to soak a fair amount of it up, and actually it was Slark that takes the majority of the damage. Meanwhile, though, mid lane, we might see some action potentially. Snake King lingering here, but Mihawk is just locally nearby under the shade, but will not commit to anything just yet. Just constant movement coming out from pretty much both sides, as we're also seeing a rotation from Way2 heading towards that top lane, and they want more. Yep, they're going on Ewo. There's your Arcane Bolt, does catch, but he's already well near the tower here. They might not be able to commit too far.
Yeah, and already they're feeling the pain of this nerf concussive shot. Does disjoint that slow, and Mihawk in the bottom lane is still just trying to disrupt the pulls, disrupt things continually in the bottom lane. And now Ewo, he's taking shelter here near the trees. Needs to be very careful. MJW putting off some damage on him. There's a lot of heroes
lane, they
here.
got Korok, though. They stun him up. Sunstrike to follow. They should be able to take down the Earthshaker, and they get it done. NoT Today. Secure enough lockdown.
Top lane, though. Ewo, he gets stunned up. He has no mana. He's going to go down. Arcane Bolt finishing that one. Rotation coming in. There is no stun here, but it's just Mihawk, only level 2. Not going to do too much, and caught that bottom kill as well, and action all over the place thus far.
I don't blame you for trying to catch any of these kills because they're pretty much happening simultaneously. Hey, look, a nifty bounty rune now picked up, which is also something introduced in this recent patch.
Oh, he got double.
Oh, he
no,
got
he didn't.
both.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't. That
So
is a
close.
cheeky, fun play that you could do with the Nature's Prophet, and I like it a lot, Greg.
That seems pretty gross, man. I didn't even consider Nature's Prophet. You run one rune, grab it, go to the other one. Maybe you get that one too. Smash has this early point in Wex yet again, giving him that alacrity. I'm pretty sure he's the player that did this, and it gives you a lot of game. But boy, Snake King, there's the salve. He's going to try to make it out of here. Does have something coming out in the courier, but there's the bottle charge as well. He's going to eat a tree, and looks like he's just barely going to win, but they're battling in this bottom lane as well.
Yeah, my eyes are just moving like crazy. There's your arrow going to fly out. It actually catches on Korok, but Masuka catches his own stun, coming out the Burrow Strike. Oh, Starfall not enough, but the big Fisher Totem flies out and gets the job done. Fog, killing spree for him. Mystico looking to maybe make something happen. Arcane Bolt on the return right here. Fog trying to dodge Mihawk right here on the low ground. Trying to get away. Shuriken toss. One more auto attack would take him down if he can get it, but Skywrath moves so fast. Concussive shot. Gonna slow him down. Meanwhile, up to the north, they're going for Mitsuko. They can't quite catch him.
Sunstrike.
Sunstrike. Oh, gets fogged. He ends up falling. Sven ends up living, and oh man, I'm getting sweaty already. 5 to 6 your score, not today. Barely on top.
Yeah, and did see Bounty Hunter use the Shuriken there, so that ability seems to be working a-okay for all who are worrying in the chat. So looks like things are all set there. And well, Way2 has not gotten too much done outside of his lane. He hasn't really had an opportunity to stack too much. His lane has been quite hectic, so he's been participating there, but now finally he is level 4, has the 2 levels in Sandstorm, can start stacking up those camps, taking down those big stack camps and getting that Blink Dagger online as fast as possible. 6 minutes. Haste Rune gonna be spawning in the bottom.
Mid lane though, concussive shot to fly out. They got Korok with the fissure if they want to land it, but they don't quite commit for it. Definitely would make things a whole lot worse here for Smash. He's already struggling a bit as it is as far as CS goes. He's matching up against Snake King's 24 CS. He only has 17 for now, but they constantly keep the pressure alive. This Bounty Hunter really running a mile all over the place, trying to scout things out. Fog will sidestep over the arrow. Concussive shot going to fly. They're looking to go for a return here. Korok. Yep, they silence out the bottom, who can't quite leap away. There's your leap, though, to go to the high ground. Sprout in the return, and chaos ensues here. They're looking to make me go on Mihawk. Now they decide to buckle back instead. Smash shows up to the party, looking to go up towards the high ground and continue pursuit here. Korok. Oh, no, there's nowhere to dodge the arrow on this thin pathway, and he will end up falling. Nice takedown and arrow coming out from Masoko right there. They want more, though. Fog. The weak little Birdman will have to go down as well, and that's a double kill for Smash. And poor Evo gets sprouted right by the tower, takes a bit of damage right here, but will be able to shuffle away from that one, but still, not today. 2-0 trade for them, looking very strong.
Yeah, good movement there behind the tower, and MJW, he wants Masuka. Whoa, just barely. Looks like he might have caught the little tail there, but not enough to catch Masuko. And he walks away, but pressure on the mid lane now is Snake King. Looking to apply something. Way too sexy. Still not too much gold for him. Has not had an opportunity. Again, he just needs some time, and he's not getting it to get that Blink Dagger up. So it's going to be delayed. Misko in the bottom lane. Honestly, pretty mediocre farm thus far. Korok not looking much better, though. This action-packed bottom lane has sort of kept these cores down, but Ewo in the top lane as well as MJW are both doing pretty well for themselves. But Ewo getting the better of that lane. Smash also winning mid just a little bit. Plus, I mean, he has those extra kills, so those are giving him
after that big engagement in the mid lane, he definitely comes out on top. He gets himself a
good level on this Snake King.
Fancy little bounty rune also going to be picked up for him. And, well, Fog places the obs, but that was scouted out by one of not today's obs in trade. And so bottom lane, though, they're going to continue to add pressure as they commit 3 here. Mihawk nearby, though. And look at this. Snake King will TP in, and now they're going to go for the tier 1.
Yeah, and they're going to just pressure this, and it looks like they should get it. But, you know, this is not like the last patch. Obviously, if you guys are not familiar with the patch notes, every time a tier 1 goes down, you get that glyph back. So, the one hand, that means you can't obviously push straight through. That also means that you should always glyph your tier 1 towers pretty much, because it's just free. There they go. They glyph it up. Arrow comes in. It's going to slam a creep. There's a Fissure in the back. Mihawk, he's scouted out with a Sentry Ward. Misko thinking about moving forward here. Not going to do it. Now Ewu is here. He's looking for some help. There's the Echo Slam from Korok. That brings down the Mirana, and the tower is going to go down. They don't get the deny off. And in the end, it looks pretty favorable there for Navi US. They get a tower and a couple kills.
After that previous engagement in the mid lane.
Oh, Smash!
I'm sure Navi is happy for it, but yeah, mid lane, Snakey rotates over, sprouts up Smash. Smash now forced to retreat back, trying to get body block from these little Treants, but he pulls out the Coast Walk and will be able to avoid any sort of incoming danger. Score 8-7. Arcane Bolt to fly out here. A little bit of extra damage. Fog gets a second one off, but he's eating some pretty big damage from this tower. Got to be careful when you're playing such a weaker support like your Skywrath Page, because Mihawk is here to capitalize on it. Arrow not going to catch, and well, Snake King gets hit once, gets hit twice, leap forward, Star catches Shuriken. Oh, brings him low, but the fissure also from Korok to help him out. That got a little too close for comfort for Snake King.
Yeah, it's getting very real here, and they're just continuing to trade blows throughout this game. And, well, let's take a quick look at this new Roche pit. That thing is tiny.
Yeah, dude, I tell you,
Jesus.
that's a New York City apartment right there. That thing is tiny as all hell. I don't know, Roshan. I don't even know how he fits. He takes up half the pit himself, but.
Yeah.
It's questionable. It's not as favorable for the Dire team to just kind of sneak in there, and you have to really second guess yourself as far as
Ewo,
in lane.
he moves in. There's a lot of heroes here from NoT US, so he might have gotten over his head, but Mihawk's coming in. Misko coming in, drops down the stun. Now Korok, he's down. The meatball sails through, but MJW trying to turn this one around. Snaking taking lots of damage, though. MJW trying to turn this. He's gotten 2, but now Smash, he picks up another one. Masuku, he's down. Triple kill for the Timbersaw, and he is well on his way to whatever item he goes for. Maybe we see the new build up to Bloodstone. We'll have to find out, but look at the urns being purchased up. This item is way better now, I have to say.
Oh, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I mean, we've got an urn here for Timbersaw, an urn as well for the Bounty Hunter. Not too unusual, but both heroes going straight for that. And Arcanes for MJW are the first choice, but a triple kill, that is going to set him off in the right direction for whatever he chooses. We can hope for an Ags, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean,
Ags seems like ultra luxury, like ultra late game type thing.
Maybe instead of like when he tries to go for maybe a Shivas instead, you can now go for your Agnums if you want to go with heavy bursts, especially when you're going against some of the weaker heroes like your Maranas and like your Bounty Hunters. You'd be able to rip apart very, very quickly and just add that extra big pure damage that a Timbersaw is known to do. We have a bit of a pause right here as there seems to be a bit of delay and everyone's talking about the serious amount of gold. And well, that's something else to consider. Now with Timbersaw slowly building up a bounty for himself, Not Today have to consider trying to target him down because it's going to be a lot of extra gold than we're used to seeing.
Yeah, and, well, there might be some bugs still as reporting some gold loss on both sides, but interesting game thus far. 2 kills a minute, and that's an action-packed game of Dota 2. And this sometimes does not feel like Dota 2 with these new patches coming out, but it's the most wonderful time of the year when we get these new patches.
And everyone's just feeling so funky about it. You can just tell both games so far, teams are all chatting with each other. It's just so crazy, uncomfortable. It's just a bit awkward for both of them to try to figure out the adjustments. Like you're fighting away and then you walk away from team fight. Next thing you know, you got nearly 2K gold in your pocket and you're like, I don't know what the hell's happening right now. And you're seeing all sorts of funky new items, bounty runes people are fighting over. It's an interesting experience. It's going to be quite a feeling out process for everyone, not just players, for casters and everyone.
But Ewo, he's looking to get one here, trying to get out of here, and it looks like Korok did go down. Actually, that was in the bottom lane, and man, this game's just all over the place.
Yeah, even Smash contributing with that Sunstrike from the mid lane. It's just really hard to keep track of everything that's intensely happening here. And you know, speaking of Agnum Scepters, we didn't say much, but I mean, Sven, this is another hero who could eventually go into an Agnums. Even if it's luxury, even if it's at the 40-minute mark, it adds such a big impact to your team. It doesn't matter when you get it, but if you do get it, it's going to be huge.
I definitely agree with that. Korok, sitting in this bottom lane, has had a tough game thus far, and 4 deaths for him. Snake King, he's in. Misko, he is very stuck. There's the Echo. They want to chain the stuns together. He's going to get just a little bit away, but no, Snake King locking that one in, and now Mihawk's over here as well. It looks like they have no idea he's here, though. Sentry is in the inventory for Fogged, and now they know Mihawk's here, and he might be in a bit of trouble. He's sprouted in. Fogged, he's going to run over. Down goes the Sentry. Concussive shot coming in. He is running out of the range of that Sentry, though, and it looks like he might just barely escape. Ewo is wrapping around the back here to try to take down Way2, and Way2 is only 30 gold away from that new cost of the Blink Dagger. If he goes down here, he's going to be so sad. Looks like he's going to be living for just the moment, but he needs to run away. Ewo has to pop the ultimate. It looks like just barely. Way2 is going to make it out. Oh, no! Masuku, he's right there. Chuck an arrow at him. Chuck an arrow. Oh, it's coming through. And it just barely misses. Oh, man, that would have been
Sunstrike?
Very sad.
Nope. Nice movement from Way2, not going your casual straight to the south route, and will avoid the Smash Sunstrike coming in, and he will make the safe escape back to the base. But holy Toledo, man, this is getting absolutely ridiculous, and we'll have to see as now a Force Staff going to be acquired here from Smash, adding that little bit extra utility. Not going to be that Necro Book build we saw last game coming out from Ush on Sneaky Nyx Assassins, but instead looking to go possibly a little more aggressive, a little more assertive. Obviously, it will help out going against the Nature's Prophet with that Sprout. being able to aid himself or his allies. But now rotations to the mid lane. It looks like Navi US are ready to start taking some objectives. Let's get some towers down. So mid lane seems to be the target.
Yeah, they're going to just look to pressure here. Smash is ready to go with this. This looks like his new trademark build with this value Wex play. Gives him the early meatball, gives him the early alacrity, but in the... Oh, boy. Marana, he was there a second ago.
Yep, very convenient. Nice Wrath of Nature coming in, bonking her on the head and getting it done for snaking right there. But yeah, and also that point in Wex helped him out earlier with the Ghost Walk. So yeah, I do like the value point right there. Most people would just like to invest heavily into getting the full QE, but top lane, maybe looking to go forward. This is the bounty we're talking about now. Oh, Sven able to pick it up, and he's got 800 gold already now. It was just a killing spree bounty, but what was used to be 390 gold, it might have been a lot more than that now. So big pickup for him, expending the ultimate for it, but well worth it.
Yeah, and looks like they're just going to try to fend off the tower push here. Misco still with no major items, really does have the drum. There he pops the dust. That's going to hit off on way 2. He looks very dead. He's eaten an arrow as well. Fog does not have the Mystic Flare available, nor the mana to use it, but instead he pops off an Arcane Bolt, but he's going to go down. Sunstrike from Smash. He is just controlling this game, and in the jungle snaking a little tiffed here with Mihawk, but it looks like everything's A-okay. But man, this Smash Invoker 6-0.
He's doing serious work. Bottom lane, Korok's finding his own farm. They get that tower in the mid lane. Navi US need to consider trying to take down Smash, getting that bounty. I mean, I thought Timbersa's bounty was big. Now he's sporting a 6-0 record on this Invoker. If they can take him down, that is a wealth of gold that could be coming into their pocket. So something that they might need to consider converging and going for. It is going to be both runes picked up from NoT today, both the haste rune and the bounty rune going to be grabbed from both sides. So really controlling the map and doing an impressive job thus far is NoT today. They lead kills 14-3. And as far as the gold net worth goes, it is NoT today at about 2K lead.
Yeah, that's not too much of a lead considering how many kills we had. It's still fairly even. Towers are fairly even. And, well, Navi US are grouping up in the top lane here. Korok now has the Blink Dagger as well as the ultimate available. So, gotta bet he's going to want to use that as soon as possible. Mihawk spotted out here in the jungle with Snaking just in front of him. There is the Moonlight Shadow. We'll see if NoT today can make something happen here. They're gonna move forward, and MJW. This looks a little not safe. There, it's the cold snap. It interrupts the chain, and he's just gone.
Bounty Hunter was there at the last second to get a track off as well. Just that much extra gold for NoT today. Enhances their lead even further. Still feeling confident as they push down this mid lane. Navi US want to go for a trade. Top lane, they're adding pressure on this tier 1, but a tier 2 or a tier 1 in the mid lane for NoT today and a pick off and possibly a lot of extra damage on this tier 2 in the mid lane. It's still very nice for NoT today.
Yeah, so we'll have to see if Navi US can get a couple of the fights that they want. I have to imagine they win the fights pretty handily with both Echo Slam, they have the Timber Saw, they have Epicenter, of course, Mystic Flare, a lot of big ultimates to plop down in those team fights. So if they can get the fight setup that they want and the fight they want, I think they should be in pretty good shape. But did they mistime the glyph?
Middle tower is under attack.
Or did they just not
too
use
sure.
it?
Top lane, though, they're still going at it. They got plenty of Treants. The Treants are ugly as ever, but I guess they could do the job here.
Those are some ugly Treants. But Glyph is off cooldown, so I think they must have misused it. And one TP coming in, it's going to be the Sven. He does have the drums now as well as the Ogre Club. Using that Stormhammer on some creeps, trying to clear them out here, but this tower looks like it still might go down. Mihawk is coming in level 8 now, so he is getting close, but there's the jump in, the Echo Slam. Misco up in the air, Mystic Flare. He is gone, and now another tower is going to fall here for NoT today. Mihawk throwing out the tracks. Arrow coming in.
Swift Blink will avoid that arrow. Nice grab right here. Another Blink coming out from way 2 as he goes for the TP and will be able to make his escape. So Navi US, man, after losing a couple of recent fights, acquire not 1 but 2 towers in that top lane. And because of the weird glyph play right there, it might have cost him that second tower. So for NoT today, you know, don't want to be handing over a whole lot. And, you know, still gotta help. I can't help but feel like for Smash, they gotta really play extra defensive for him, because I don't know if they already saw from the last game, he could hand over a wealth of money as he's already holding a lot himself.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of the issue, but my understanding is it is based off team net worth, right? So is that true?
I don't know, Greg.
I think the new gold spree is based off team net worth as well as victim net worth, and since they're not really that ahead in gold, I don't think he gives that much. But obviously, you know, still going to be a prime target moving forward here. And he is holding on to these bounty runes. And I think this probably makes sense, right? Because every minute you hold it, it gets more and more valuable. So I guess that makes sense. You just wait until you absolutely have to use it.
Yeah.
Radiant's
Or just let it get used itself up. They're making it go, though. Ewo going to be caught out. Big burst damage from everyone on the side of Navi US, but Mystico coming in, looking for a go back. Meatball going to fall right now. Way 2. Forced away from the fight. MJW not so lucky. Gets off one last chakra and as much damage as possible, but still ends up being a 2 for 2 in the end. Smash that bounty. Got it! 926, 1,800 gold for Fog. A very wealthy Skywrath Mage now, and Mihawk once more going in for Snake King. Tracked up. Shuriken Toss gets extra track gold for his team. 4 for 3 still, though, advantage for Navi US. And again, for the second game, Fog just so much richer after getting a nice, significant bounty pickoff.
Yeah, he is quite wealthy there. Finishes up the Force Staff. Also, he starts to buy Tranquils as well. Actually finishes those, and this is going to be quite the wealthy support now, and he has moved up quite a few spots. I think he moved up at least one spot in that net worth after getting that big kill on Smash. And
now, I don't know what he had. He ended up with 1,800 gold. I don't know if he originally had like 1,000 or 900. I didn't click on him just before he got the kill, but, well, he ended up with a lot. And, well, Skywrath will be happy to take it, and he already invested into a Force Staff, so his team very force heavy right now, and Korok might also be getting one himself with that Staff of Wizardry, so Team Force Staff pretty much on the side of Radiant coming up.
Yeah, and this sort of does go with Navi US's play. In general, I think this team really values those mobility items. Fogged is always someone who used to get 2 mobility items on most of his supports. A little unique case in Skywrath Mage, it's not quite as good. Korok, bottom lane, he might be dead here. He's going to try to TP out. It's going to be close. He does just barely make it.
Yep, and you know, one of the problems for Slark, and after he uses that initial pounce, he can't really stop anyone from getting away. And luckily for Korok, he has just enough meat on the bones, enough, I guess, swole, if you will, to be able to take enough damage and get away with that TB. And there is that Force Staff complete. That makes it, what, the 3rd Force Staff right now for Navi US complete here. Top lane, not today, looking to add pressure. They want to get a hold of this tier 1. And,
oh,
yeah,
he gets caught by the tail end of that stun. That was a long-range stun there, and top lane is going to go down, but Navi US, I think, looking to trade this into a tier 2 of their own. Glyph is off cooldown for NoT today, so they will have a little bit of extra time to defend this if they want to move in, but it's going to take more than Smash to hold this one, that's for sure. Korok, though, he moves in on the top lane. He's caught Mystico. Does he have enough damage to get that kill? There's the Echo, and he is going to get it with the help of MJW. They abandon the mid lane tower. Still lots of HP there, not going to get denied. Navi US looks like they've regained their footing here after a pretty shaky early game, back and forth. They look a little bit more comfortable. They're getting towers. They're accomplishing objectives a little bit easier on the map, I think. But this game still very even, and Smash putting on quite a show for us. What again? Or once
really,
again.
In the heart of the mid game right now for both teams, just kind of really duking it out. But I can't help but feel a little concerned for Navi US as the game does progress and get later. The late game, it's not as significant as you'd like to see on most teams. They have a lot of rolling heroes, a lot of big action heroes, but, you know, I don't know how much actual damage output they're going to have. A Sven on NoT today is obviously going to be contribute a lot down the road. Invoker has a lot of value there as well. Even Mirana jump forward. They're going for Smash. Fissure going to catch, but he's going to be on the opposite side. Wrath of Nature going to hit. Arrow is going to be behind from the other team. So, Soku trying to arrow his old ally. Not going to be right there if they wanted to commit a whole lot, you know, more. But for now, with the help of the Treants, they take down the tier 2, and oh, it's denied from the Forge Spirit. Nice work from Smash, but jump forward. Oh, the double force gets them away and over. Arrow gonna fly back. Sunstrike catches on Korok. Korok trying to get away the urn, and he does end up falling. And MJW gonna fall shortly after. A double kill coming for Smash and a tower tonight. This kid is a player.
Yeah, this has been quite the game for Smash, and he always just seems to put on these amazing games. Fog forces forward there, not caught by the pounce. That was very close, though. And, well, there's the fight for NoT today, so... Dude, this Roshan pit is actually... Look at this. It's so small.
Like, how do you can't fit everyone in there without showing the other team that you're just outside of the fog? It's ridiculous. But hey, this is the best time as ever as 2 of Navi US are down and they move on in. With the benefit of those Fort Spirits, it's going to take little to no effort. And just like that, it's down. Slark picks up the Aegis, and well, not today. Take the game back as continually we go back and forth.
Yeah, this is this back and forth game, and this is, I think, what's going to be in... I mean, I think that's how this new meta game is just going to work in 6.82 with these new gold bounties, and the game is still very even. And not today. Have to give them a little bit of a nod there with them picking up that Aegis. So that's going to be on Slark. He's going to be building towards the Scotty, and he's almost got it.
Slark's almost got his
Dude,
Scotty.
MJW, he's doing it, man. I think he might be doing it.
Really?
I don't know. It's possible. It's
Well,
possible he's getting casual point booster and then BKB. Nope.
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 Nope. He's doing it.
Double chakram, boys.
We're going to see the first pro game double chakram out of a
There's the
Timber
flank
Saw.
forward,
Burrow
Masuku.
strike on Masoku.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
that's about that. So much stun coming out from Navi USA. If you get caught out, you might as well just pray. There's no way you're getting away. There's just so much lockdown available that even an elusive leaping Mirana really doesn't stand much of a chance.
Yeah, Sunstrike is coming in though on Smash. That's going to catch way too sexy. That Fort Spirit's a very real threat when you're that low, 70 HP, and he is going to just barely make it on out of there. But Smash looking to get every little piece of this game he can. 10-1. BKB up for him, as well as Boots of Travel. And, well, Blade Mail's the choice for Mihawk. Does give him some decent damage. A little bit of armor as well. Interesting choice here. It's fairly good against the massive amounts of AoE from Navi US. And Snake King taking damage from Mihawk. Now Smash has walked in, and that is a little more than Snake King wanted to deal with here. Forces all over the place. Cold Snap brought down in the end by the Nature's Prophet. And, well...
Oh, boy.
Woo! That
Nice.
looks awesome.
He already flexes it out, shows it off. Trying to get used to, what, the hotkeys? I imagine it
I'm
adds
sure
a
it's the
secondary
first
hotkey
time.
to use. So.
I'm sure this is the first time he's bought this item, so he's like, how do I
make this work?
Yeah, help.
This could get sloppy. This could be beautiful,
be
but this could
sloppy.
also be really sloppy. You could see Timbersaw chakrams all over the place and just like, I don't know what the hell I'm actually doing with this thing, but I mean, it's a lot of damage. If you can get, and this is probably part of their synergy plan, you got a team with an impressive amount of lockdown. If you can hold them in place, those double chakrams will rip apart your team. And now pressure's on NoT today to get a hold of BKBs or anything they can to just kind of stand up to this heavy chakram power, but I'm sure it's something that they're not really going to expect either.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, we're back underway here in the Canada Cup. Best of 3. Loser is going to be eliminated, so no room for mistakes here. BKB is finished up for the Sven. These BKBs are very important for NoT today. Just the mass amount of AoE from Navi US. The thing is, they do have a lot of good setup stuns.
Mihawk scouting out Fogged all by his lonesome. He even has a convenient double damage here. He might have to be careful. He has a force to try to get away, but big damage. Already brings him down to half.
Oh, the Blade
Death
Mail.
Mystic Flare. Oh,
The Blade
almost
Mail.
tried to trade. Yeah, Blade Mail.
Korok is ready in this bottom lane, as is the Sand King. Charging his Epi. He blinks forward, catches one with the Sun, pops off the Sandstorm. Down goes the Mirana arrow. Not going to connect. And now those double chakrams are crazy. Sprout is up. There's the BKB by Misko. He's going to try to turn this around. Korok, he is just gone. Completely brought down. Now Misko going to work further here, but can't find someone to hit. And as in your face, he's dead as well. 3 fall for Navi US. And things are not looking good all of a sudden. Even with the major item pickup there, it was on cooldown for a lot of that. The Aghanim's not doing anything for the Timbersaw in that fight.
Yeah, it was a bit unsynergized there. The Sand King was well far and ahead, starting up that Epi, and the rest of the team just wasn't quite there to catch up. And by that point, NoT today was already recuperating and ready to go into a counter initiation. And now they come out on top. They're adding pressure on this tier 2. Fortification is going to be used, but it's only going to last so long. Snake King trying to do a little split pusher farm here on the top lane, but they're forced to hand over that tier 2. And just like that, NoT today propel themselves forward that much further, bringing in so much extra gold. They're going to clean out the jungle on their way out and take that away from Navi US.
Yeah, and Nature's probably going to grab the rune here. Nope, no he's not. He's stuck. Mihawk now finally is going to get on out of there. And I'm really interested to see how good Nature's Prophet does become with this double rune, because that means he can pretty much get a rune every 2 minutes. Bottom lane, Way2 is taking some damage from Ewo. Scotty completed, but there's also a Hex stun now for Snake King.
Dire's middle tower is
Yeah,
under
very nice. I
attack.
mean, some people were questioning the 4-staff early pickup, but it's clear that Snake King wants to get very much involved in some of these fights. Not going full Rat Dota with it, with this kind of a build. He's looking to be a part of the mix, looking to be able to add that extra CC and lockdown for his team to bring down that extra bit of damage. So now, congregated towards this mid lane, you do have Mitsuku coming in, potentially from the north. They got to be careful. Oh, going to quickly leap away and, well, pulls out the ultimate just for extra safety precautions to pull back and step out. But now maybe using it as an aggressive tool here. Slark on the hunt, looking to see if he can catch anyone out from behind here. Korok and Fogged going to be able to run away. And Slark, can he get the pounce off right here? Nope, blink forward, and he's not going to get it.
Yeah, you know, I have to say the one thing about this Ags Timber build is I think in the future, if it does become popular, there will probably be another item beforehand, whether that's a Yule's or a Bloodstone, because the thing you have to consider is 2 Trochums does cost a pretty ridiculous amount of mana to keep out and spam. So maybe we'll see a pre-item if that does become a popular item. And again, I mean, it seems sweet in the right scenario, right? With you know, a decent slow, a good stun from Fisher. It's just a little bit hard to set up and.
But man, he can clear creeps like nothing.
Creep waves like absolutely nothing.
He can farm like no other to get towards those items, to get the extra. You know, that's something else. Maybe it's just kind of a tool to enhance your farm that much further. Like your carry would go for an early Battle Fury to just enhance it forward. I mean, Chakram, having 2 of them, he can get farmed real quick. So we'll see if he decides to use it in that way. And, you know, for MJW, it's definitely entertaining, but as far as usefulness in this fight, we have yet to see it really unfold.
Yeah, and thus far, not today, since grabbing that Roshan, have really put themselves in a good position now. A good gold lead starting to develop for them, but of course that does open up the possibility of these ridiculously massive bounties for the Radiant team, Navi US, to start grabbing when they get some kills. And, well, we'll see. I mean, I'm interested to see how these mid and late games start to develop here. How much these gold leads matter, how much these bounties matter.
What's Korok doing up here?
He's dancing.
He's working. He's working out, trying to get swole, I guess, or something. He's doing the benching right now. There we go. Gets the enchant totem off, or accidentally gets it off. I'm not too sure, but he's waiting on smash. He might just jump forward and go for this if he can, but
a lot of heroes coming in.
Yeah,
not be great.
Step forward. Got to be careful here. Fogged, still holding his 4-staff for now, but nice. Playmail pop, but there's going to be no Mystic Flare. He's going to play a lot more Nursing. Echo Slam, they're going for Mihawk. Do they have the vision? Arcade Ball going to fly out, but it's not going to be enough. And now Korok, Sunstrike to fly in and smash from the high heavens above. Able to bring down the Swole God.
Just barely.
Yep, and the Shuriken's going to follow his way out, but not going to get the kill.
Just barely. Another Hex finished up this game. That one's going to be on Smash from Not Today, so... This game is, there's a lot of big items getting picked up here. The gold is certainly flowing. Invoker leading the net worth. Snake King, he is also pretty rich, but have to say, have not really felt his impact this game. He's mostly just been split pushing and hitting creeps, but oh boy.
Way too skinny.
He looked hard placed.
Oh! Yeah, he was trying to TP up and behind an enemy territory, but he got scouted out by Bounty Hunter and quickly taken apart with the Shuriken, and, well, he tried to get away and ended up just running into the middle of everyone and ended up falling. So an unnecessary feed over there as he got caught out. Your score 22-26. As far as the gold graph goes, in favor of Not Today, about 6K. So still holding strong. We got a little bit more time before Roche is back up, but I would imagine that's going to be next, or one of the next things on the agenda here for Not Today.
Yeah, and well, for Navi US, they need to get some team fights in their favor. They want bigger engagements. They want 5v5 engagements, and they're not really getting those. The problem now is that the game is going late enough that BKBs are developing on Not Today's heroes, so they need to get a perfect setup. Otherwise, they're just going to pop the BKBs and own them in the fights. So things are getting a little dicey here for Navi US, and well, they do have the Rat Lord in the late game, but Not Today. Slark is not too shabby when you get into the late game. Sven obviously very good as well, and Sven plus Slark with that new Sven egg sounds pretty terrifying.
Just, I fear for Navi US, like what kind of late game are they going to have to contest like those two, those big hitters? I mean, now with the BKB complete on Misko, he's going to be able to build into some damage now, and he'll be able to offer a lot more than anyone on Navi US, and it's going to get scary real quick because his ultimate works great for also ripping apart towers, and I don't know. It's going to be rough here. Navi US might need to consider really trying to formulate some sort of game plan to take it right back to him, but mid lane where they have 2 residing in defense, and all of NoT today. They got to be careful and cautious. Arrow is not going to catch, but they're looking to push instead.
Yeah, they are all grouped up here, but up in the top lane, some split pushing action. But there is no tier 2 here, so to what ends? I don't think they're going to get into the base, and NoT today are definitely going to be looking to move in on this tier 2. Slark now has also finished up BKB, so these BKBs are a big deal now for Navi US to deal with, and now especially Echo Slam is magical damage now, so that hero used to be really good pretty much no matter what in late game, and now it's much less so. They get the tower, they Moonlit Shadow, they are out of here. They have put a little bit of damage on this tier 2 or tier 3 rather, but not too much.
Yeah, but as far as towers go, it's still now even. 1 outer tower remains for both sides, but still can't help but feel like NoT today really taking that much more advantage of that farm for some of these heroes that can really shine later in the game. And we'll just have to see what it's going to be. Are they going to have to start resorting towards a Nature's Prophet rat-style Dota, side pushing it out, and really force NoT today to be spread thin, being all over the map? And we'll have to see how things begin to develop here. But it's getting to be at that point where we're going to have to start making sure we have proper vision on that Roche pit so that if it is NoT today moving in there, what Navi US would love to do is being able to jump in with a big epicenter, a big Echo Slam, and being able to counter back with a huge fight.
Yeah, and Mystico has gone for the Blink Dagger here on the Sven after picking up the Hyperstone. And that Blink Dagger is pretty invaluable on Sven. Gives you some good initiation. And Stormhammer, obviously, very good if you do get the drop on them. So, continuing forward here, again, I'd have to agree with you. I'm very afraid for Navi US in this late game. I mean, Smash is going to get huge. It looks like he is going for a refresher.
And they move with this opportunity. Slark holding that gem. They quickly deward anything they can find. You know, obviously with Slark and that 6th sense to find any sort of ward. Now there's going to be no vision. Navi US completely in the dark from what is happening here. And, well, makes for an easy Roche takedown while Navi US just continue to just trying to pick up the pieces as far as what the game plan is going to be. This is going to be a best of 3 tonight, so even if Navi US do fall in this first game, we got potentially up to 3 matches here, but this is tournament life for both teams. Whatever team shall fall will be done in the Canada Cup.
Yep, and Smoke's being picked up here by Masuku. They're going to be looking to be active, but Korok, he drops Fisher in the mid lane, gets way more than he planned for, and he is dead instantly. Korok's been having a rough time recently, I have to say.
A rough day. I mean, maybe their team just not being able to really formulate well with the 6.82 patch. They've been having a lot of roster changes. There's been a bit of an internal struggle that people have been talking about, and really, I don't know how much their heads have been in the game, but it's really heartbreaking to see them not being able to perform at their true potential. Hopefully it's something they'll be able to shake off, but right now, mid lane, Ewo getting caught out way past his boundaries, pulls out the BKB, and now deciding to go right back into Fog. Fog ripped apart and taken down, and they can't even finish out the Slark. Oh no, 2 down now total, and 22-28. There's your tornado going to fly out from Smash. MJW trying to clear out the creeps from being able to push in, but still NoT today continues to come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one good thing about this double chakram is, like you were mentioning, I mean, those creeps just disappear very quickly, but unfortunately, they are going to have to deal with this Slark at one point or another, and he lives there and just barely makes it out, pops the BKB, pops the ulti, turns back around and starts smashing them, so this is a big problem for Navi US. And Refresher, this is Smash's item of choice, I think, on this hero, and it does give you some ridiculous offensive capability.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Snake King.
Oh,
no,
God.
he even had a Hex.
Oh, Lord.
And a BKB.
Oh,
There's
Lord.
finally the BKB. He does not have teleport, though. Now he's force staffing away. Hex still available. He's going to sprout and try to get out of here. Sunstrike coming in. No!
Oh.
Right-click down, and I just have to point out, Scythe of Ice off cooldown that whole time.
I got
Snake King, please.
I might have to, throw out one of these. That was a classic snaking moment, unfortunately for him. I don't want to pull that out as a classic, statistic, but gets caught out past his boundaries, can't even utilize everything he has, and it's just looking really rough for him. And now, NoT today, noticing they have advantage in numbers, not even have to worry about the rat. They're going to keep moving forward. They're going for MJW, and they catch him out. Will they be able to bring him down here? And they do! Another good pick off Ewo. really becoming a huge factor in this game, snowballing out of control like you'd love to see on your Slark. Meanwhile, up to the north, Refresher going to be popped.
Oh, boy.
Finger cramping these big invoker abilities. Does end up getting taken down here. Double buyback coming out from Snay and Timbersaw. Navi US trying to hold their base. Way2 dragging him up to the north, trying to keep him away from the base. Meanwhile, Snake King goes toe-to-toe with Mihawk inside the Sprout. Does take him down. Also, Fog will fall, and now Korok going toe-to-toe with Ewo. Can he bring down the big one? He will.
Oh, boy.
Spending the Echo Slam only to take down the Agnum. Double Chakram in place. There's your Burrow Strike. Oh, the slippery Slark able to leap away here. They do hex him up. MJW still on the hunt to get him away from this one. He manages to sidestep. Marana gets slammed down from Korok. And now Ewo makes his escape. It looked like briefly there was going to be a TP forward from Snake King, but they won't commit, so Navi US, though they had to expend a couple of buybacks, do hold the base. They do take off some pretty big takedowns here. Smash, I would figure, had a reasonable bounty on his head, and they do get a hold of it.
Korok has 5,000 gold.
What? Oh, what? What?
I mean, he got the kill on Invoker, and
Oh my god. He has 5,000 gold?
Yep. That's the thing.
Wow!
This new patch is something, man. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's definitely something. That's a lot of gold.
I'm sure even he's like, what
He's like, what the
hell?
fuck do I buy? It's a heart.
you-
I think that's a
like-
good choice.
If it is based on net worth, they're at like a 10K,
Yeah, they were 10K
gold
ahead.
deficit. So that is the biggest
The
bounty
seeds of
we're going to see in quite a while. Or I don't know. This is Dota now, folks. The comeback factor is still going to be very much more real than it ever was.
He got
At
2 kills.
6.81.
He got Marana and Smash, and I think this gold amount we're seeing over here is incorrect because I don't think it counts that new extra gold. So.
No, it doesn't. Even the text that pops up for
Yeah,
the
that's what
bounty
I'm-
that
that's
you
what I'm
take,
talking
that's
about.
I
Yeah,
think it's
it's wrong.
and Andrew was saying it's based on that instead. So something that'll probably be adjusted in the near future. But when you click on it and you see what's in the pockets of Korok, it's
Oh
something
god,
very much
oh
different. The
god,
bottom
way
lane-
too sexy. No! Goodbye.
You'll die as you lived.
Oh, brother. Snake King trying to get away from this one. Smash moves on forward right now, and nice swift pickoff on way 2. And not today. With advantage in numbers here, might look to converge and maybe go for another objective. But for Korok now, looks like he's going to invest straight into a heart if he can. But now going to get caught out. 4-staff 4,
Oh,
stun, and a second follow-up stun takes him down. So you may have a wealth of money, friend, but you're not invulnerable from
This
getting
does not
caught
look
out
good
like
for
that.
Snake King. I'm just going to go ahead and say he's most maybe dead. Oh, there's a tornado to cancel 1. There's a Hex from Snake King. Gonna try to turn this back around. Has some good DPS. They're playing Ring Around the Rosie, but there's the Hex from Smash. Now Snake King, I'm not sure he's gonna get out of this one. I think Cold Snap is still available. There it is. Pops off on Snake King, canceling the TP. Down he goes, but they're in the base. They're in the base. Not today, pushing in. Are they gonna get it done here? Ewo is moving forward. Pink Panda getting right click down. Tracks are getting sailed off here. We haven't seen any Shuriken shenanigans yet. There's a double stun. He's charging the epicenter, but there's also the blade mail. They kill each other. Both of them are dead.
Holy moly. Well, I guess they hold for now, but with 4 down and only a Fog to live, and you still have 3 on Not Today, they're just going to continue to add the pressure on this mid lane. And, well, Not Today, even though they hand over that huge gold bounty, still doing serious work here, forced to pull out the fortification. There you go, Mystic Flare trying to get Masoku, brings him down pretty low, but it's not going to be enough, and this tier 3 will fall.
Yeah, and, well, down goes the tier 3. Can they get more? Echo Slam, rather, is up here, so Korok maybe looks to turn this one around, but there's the Moonlight Shadow. They're giving themselves a way out. Korok does have Dust, though. They put down a Sentry as well, and Korok has to want to move in on this. There's the Echo. Ewo, no, he's immediately hexed up. Korok can't finish him off. He's blown up. Goodbye, BKB for Ewo, and just able to right-click down Korok with the assistance from that Hex from Smash, and oh boy.
I mean, Rack's still standing for now, but those Forge Spirits trying to take him down. Double
Oh,
shock from
boy.
Owen and Refresher Smash. Can he unleash the Fury? Oh, he gets cut out with a Mystic Flare still. Able to take it to MJW. Thrown up Tornado, but he is going to have nowhere to fall as he goes straight into the earth. Snake King forced to pop out his BKB. Missed pounce right there from Ewo. Self-Sprout, happy to go right-click damage along with that tower. Now jumping Burrow Strike. They're going to take down Ewo. Plus 6 so step.
has fallen.
Snake King. Oh, what the? Snake King has 3K gold now as they continue to push forward. This is ridiculous.
Dota 2, boys. I don't know what to
It
say,
said
man.
plus 607, but that was not plus 607. Didn't he die just recently, and now he has 3K gold? This is unreal.
Yeah, and there's the
jump
Hex,
forward,
though.
smash.
Way too. Oh, boy. He tossed off the BKB. There's the stun. He missed the smash. Trying to move forward. Force that back. There's the Sandstorm. Try to dodge something. But now Mihawk just right-clicks him down. There's the Hex. Looks like he's going to pay for this one. Pops. Snake
King has 4.3 gold.
Yeah, he's just going to start rolling in it.
This is ridiculous. Every time I see someone get a kill, I click on them, and they're like the richest person ever, and I'm getting a little jealous. Can they please just share the wealth or something? This is getting out of control. So now, with that extra bit of money, yeah, so according to our statman, Mopak's trying to click on the heroes and get a whole 1,200 gold. So the text is going to be incorrect on the screen, on the pop-up, and as well as the graph. Meanwhile, mid lane, we're trying to catch up Korok again. This is the third straight catch-up for Korok now. And he just quickly falls down. No buyback going to be available here. And they've all expended their buybacks already. And just even though they have plenty of money to use it, the time is not in their favor.
Yeah, and now we're going to go ahead and flip over to that late game, the buyback status, and it does not look great. If you're a Radiant fan here, Navi US, not a lot of buybacks available. Snake King, since he's rolling in that money, does have it. Demon Edge as well, trying to get some DPS moving for himself. And I do have to apologize publicly for not using the fight recap button, but that is a new button, so...
Is it there? I thought it was only working in spectator mode.
Oh, I don't know. So they're spamming, so...
Oh, I think it's
Chat
only active
spamming.
in spectator mode. I don't think you can do it live. It's one of those
Okay.
things that you need that small bit of
Sad.
delay. Right?
All right, well, there is a button that shows up right here when that fight recap is there, and I thought I might have just missed it, but maybe
Well,
it's
if it
just not
pops up,
there.
click it and see if it works. I don't
Yeah.
think it's supposed to be able to work live, but whatever.
We'll
Oh,
find out.
God,
Oh,
here we
boy.
go. Miss Co jumps in, going for
Oh,
Snake King.
God.
This
The
guy
Hex.
can lift as he quickly slices down the Nature's Prophet. He wants Bird. He's going forward. He ends up getting it. Smash, though, ends up picking up that kill. And now they get rotations over from Mihawk. And look at this. Convenient MJW might have to fall next. He's trying to pull his way out of this one, but not going to be successful. Another takedown. 3 all day now and a double kill, and that's enough. Snake King says we're throwing in the towel. Good game. First game going to go into the hands of Not Today.
Yeah, and that was a rough one from Navi US, but basically the game goes too late. There's a lot of BKBs up, and the BKBs deal with Navi US's team quite well. So in the end, they are going to lose that one. But not today. Good game from them, and Smash Invoker, 20-2, Dakota.